Oh. So good to be back on the river. Thanks for choosing to watch the video. Can you believe that it is the start of the river season again, and this is my first proper session out on the bank. I'm going roving around with a bit of meat, a few pellets. We're going to go and try and find some barbel and chub, and you're coming with me. And another. Whoa, catching plenty of these now. I think we better go and try and find some barbel. Good start to the session, but we definitely need to go and find some barbel. So that's what I'm going to do now. Seen some fish down here, so we've got to move very quietly. There we go. Fish on. This looks like the first barbel of the year. How long was that in the water? Oof. The usual jungle warfare. Yes. So there we are. Just a little baby, a little river rocket. We'll get him back, and hopefully we will catch up with a bigger one. So I baited up that swim. We've had a barbel now. Wasn't a massive one, but the first barbel of the season, so very happy with that. I've baited up the swim because it did make a bit of a commotion, and while it's recovering, while the swim's recovering, I thought I'd take you through exactly how I've been fishing. I'm basically freelining. That's it. It's really simple. 10-foot opportunist rod with a 4,000 size reel. I've got the Glide Mono in 10-pound on there. And actually, I'm fishing with a surprisingly small hook, considering I'm using meat. It's a size 12. You know, quite often you see people using 8s or even 6s with meat. I'm using a 12. The reason I'm doing that is I'm fishing small lumps of meat rather than large lumps of meat. But the main reason that I'm using a small hook is because what I do find is sometimes they start to spook off the meat, and then I want to use pellet. And what I can actually use is the 4mm mega bands. As long as I've got a small hook, like about a size 12 or 14, small but strong, I can literally just put one of these mega bands on, and then I can actually band on a pellet. And what I've found today is that has definitely got me quite a few extra fish. You know, I'm feeding pellets, and then I'm actually able to sort of free line a pellet through, and that has got me a few bites. The other quick hack that I've got as well are these. They're the little blobs, but this is a used one. You might be able to tell. And what I've got the Glide bands on that are intended, I think, for the specie sticks and whatnot. But I've actually got a couple of float bands on there because it has been used. But I actually prefer that, because this allows me, when I'm free lining, I can easily put this on without breaking apart my free line rig. I can literally just thread the hook through those bands, and then I've actually got a float set up, and these are really great in shallow water, and a lot of this river is very shallow. And then all of a sudden, if I quickly put this on, I've gone from free lining to literally being able to trot meat or trot pellet through the swim. So very minimum amount of gear, as you can see. just being able to very quickly be able to switch from meat to pellet to free lining to adding some shot and fishing on the deck to being able to quickly put on one of these blobs and suddenly be fishing with a float, a very, very little amount of tackle to be able to fish in multiple different ways. Found these chub, literally taking pellets on the drop. Oh, the usual chaos, havoc, and there he is. Well, it's good to be back where I belong, roving the river, back in the jungle, catching barbel and chub. Right, just had another. I'm not going to mess around with any cameras this time, just the GoPro. I'm going to unhook him and get him back. That's right, another chub in the jungle. They're all over the baits today and they're providing fantastic sport. So the session is going pretty well. I hope this does show that you can catch these fish on very simple tactics really, and with a minimum amount of gear. Like I was saying before, I can very, very quickly switch between free lining, trotting a little float through, or fishing on the deck, you know, with hardly any tackle. It's all just in one pocket of my vest. And yeah, we definitely have strung a few fish together. That isn't a chub, it is a barbel, and he's just sitting there in the flow. He's better than the last one. Oh, he's pulling hard. Boring hard. Oh, God, you forget how hard these things pull. Oh, Jesus Christ. There he comes. Come on. Behave. Oh no, my rod tip's in the tree. Oh, I just love the chaos of it all. There he comes. Here he comes. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh, shit. There he is, look. There he is. Oh, he's in. Oh, yes. Whew. Lost count of the number of chub, but look, we've got a barbel. Stunning. We had a smaller one, now we've had this one. Switching between meat and pellet. So good to be back on the river. Well, I think I'm going to end on that barbel. Happy with that. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Hope you've had a great start on the river, and I will see you on the next one.